G'day, it's Jody again here. Welcome to my channel. Today it's a beautiful spring morning and we're going to put in some garden edging. Over my shoulder here you can see the line that our garden used to take where that wire fence is, and I wanted to extend the garden and make a nice big rectangle so we can grow some more veggies and strawberries and stuff over the summer. So what I'm going to do is run some pegs in and fix them off, or fix this garden border off to the pegs. This here is the existing border that used to run along the bottom of that fence there, and luckily enough it's turned out to be pretty much exactly the right size for what I need. I'm just going to have to cut a tiny little bit off the edge here, and then we're going to put a new edge along here, and my plan is to concrete a post in over there and make a little gate to get into the garden. This wire fence will follow along the garden border. I'm going to have to add to it with some more rustic looking lichen clad posts and find some more wire from somewhere, but that's later. The first job is to get these pegs in and this edge here along in first. I've set myself up a couple of string lines here in this corner, as you can see with the old rafter square here. If I put that in and my string line runs up against it and use my iometer, it's pretty much exactly 90 degrees, or certainly close enough so that no one would ever know the difference. What I'm using for this garden edging is 75mm by 25mm thick rough-sawn H4 treated pine. So H4 means it's treated for in the ground, and after 10 years, this one's already been in. It's still in pretty good nick. Okay, so it should last another 10 years easily, I would think. Got these little pegs here, wooden pegs again, H4 treated wooden pegs in the ground, and the way it works is just I whack that peg in with my hammer there into the ground and then screw off the timber against it once it's in place. You can see here on this old bit that I've done, I'm just using a short bit of the rough sawn timber to make a cleat, and I've just joined that cleat with some 90mm galvanized nails and bent them over in behind here. You can see that this cleat is sitting down below the top edge here, and the reason for that is when I first put it in, I thought it would be a good idea to sit it down, and then I could have my mulch come up and sit over that cleat and the pegs and hide them. And of course, it was a good idea at the time, but what I didn't take into consideration is that mulch quickly decomposes, and so it wasn't very long at all before my mulch had decomposed and was sitting below the level of those things, and you could see them anyway. And of course, nobody's going out there every other weekend and adding mulch to their gardens, and so that idea was in some ways kind of pointless, but that's the way I've done it. So I'm going to carry on as I've done before so that everything kind of looks the same, if I have to put any cleats over that side there. So yeah, I'm just going to stick. So the string line here I've got for line, and I've also set it up for height. So I'm just placing the edge of my border, and it's pretty much in place. I've got it propped up a little bit there to get it to the right height, and I'm just going to whack this peg in right about here. It looks about right there. I'm just using some galvanised screws. Some people would say if it's close to the ground you've got to use stainless steel, but stainless steel screws are expensive, and I find these galvanised ones last a pretty long time. I'll just use the hammer here to press in behind there and give me something to push against. Right, that one's done. So I'll just continue on that line till the edge now. Right, I've got all those pegs in there along that edge now, and they're fixed off, and now I've got this bit of timber along this edge, and the first thing I'm going to do is just screw it into the corner here before I put the pegs along here. And then what I'm also going to do is I've dug a hole further along that, I'll show you that in a minute, and I'm going to concrete a post in for my gate. I'm going to put it. Alright, so I've dug a hole here, and this is the post that I'm going to put in. It's a 100 by 75 H4 post. It's one I had lying around. It used to be along over there somewhere holding up a fence. I replaced the post over there, and now I'm going to use this one. So what I'm going to do first is I've made this little cleat up here because this bit of timber is just not quite long enough, and if you're wondering why I haven't just like moved my post here so I can have and made a gate a bit bigger, it's because I actually have found a gate that I want to use, so I've got to work to the size that I've got of the gate. It just so happens that the gate is in my neighbour's garden. It's been lying there for probably 10 years, and so I just need to check with my neighbour that he's happy for me to use the gate before I steal it from him. So just got to run him down, or chase him down, and fire that out first. So anyway, we're going to make this a little bit longer. That's just going to slot in there, and I'm just going to screw it off onto this other bit of timber, ready to go first. Right. And now I'm going to attach it off to the post. That'll come up to wherever, it just sits on the ground there, and then that way it'll help me with that there level up the post when I chuck some concrete in it. I've just leveled up the post there with my level both ways. Light it up so that when the edge of this border is on the string line, the post is pretty much level. So I'm just going to screw that off there now. Righty, now I'm going to put these other pegs in. Alright, that's done. Let's get some concrete in this hole. Right, that's it. The post is concreted in, so all I have to do now is clean up my mess, and then what I'm going to do is pull out all those posts with the old wire fence, and I'm going to put them in again, but run along the new border as far as I can go. Now that that's done, I wanted to bring you around the back of my garage / man cave and show you my, no, don't throw that away because I might find some sort of use for it in the future, storage area. As you can see here, we've got some old chicken wire but unfortunately there's nothing large enough to finish off that fence with or do anything particularly useful other than perhaps make a wireframe for a paper mache sculpture. And I even found this one here that has this kind of lovely, organic, almost sensual shape to it, which I think really lends itself to a sculpture of something, but I can't for the life of me think what. So if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment. But what that means now is that I have to go to the hardware store and purchase some new chicken wire to finish off that fence. So while I do that, that'll give you a chance to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you back here for part 2 of the Master of None NZ Vegetable Garden Extension.